We welcome you now to the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air, and it starts right now. What's happening, everybody? We're coming to you from X Games Aspen 2025, a picture-perfect evening to set things off. Brandon Graham joined alongside my partner Craig McMorris, and introducing the newest member of our team, gold medalist Haley Langland, out here today. Haley, it is an honor to have you out here, especially at this event, Big Air, an event that really you helped pioneer. I have to ask you, since you really trailblazed the progression of this event, how do you feel about Women's Big Air in 2025?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's such an honor to be here and to be speaking on behalf of these girls. I'm so excited to watch. And I mean, women's progression in snowboarding has just skyrocketed throughout the last couple years, and we're about to watch history be made here tonight. I know 5 out of the 8 girls here have 1440s. The one I'm most excited to watch is Kokomo. I know she has so much of this event on her shoulders. She wants to do really well, and I think she's just going to leave it all out there for us.
Our defending gold medalist, no doubt, but she will be pushed, notably Mia Brooks, Craig McMorris.
Mia Brooks has all the momentum right now, and Haley and I were kind of watching practice. We saw her land. We didn't see the takeoff, but we saw her land. She lands switch, takes her board off, celebrates, goes and takes a photo with her coach. So we know she's been working on something maybe north of a 1440. Will we see it here in the Big Air? I think so, especially with how ruthless this format will be, Brando.
Yeah, I can't wait. We'll get into the weeds of that in just a second. But let's check out who's going to be competing in this contest here tonight in the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. So there you see a look at that jump, and there you see the lineup. Obviously, we talked about Mia and Kokomo, and we can't forget about Zoe Sadowski-Synnott, guys. She was out with a broken ankle last year. Just didn't seem right. She was so successful in both Big Air and slopestyle the previous year. So to see her back out here healthy, that means something special, Haley.
Absolutely, yeah. I was actually in Stubai earlier this year, and I saw Zoe. She was leading up to working to that backside 1440, so I think she's excited to show the world that she can do it.
Well, for more, let's head down to the 4th member of our team who's out courtside, the one and only Jack Mitrani.
Hello, everybody. How exciting it is to have Haley Langland in the booth. Couldn't be more excited. Also, in true X Games fashion, let me tell you about a brand new format designed for extra suspense, extra excitement. We're doing playoffs, we're doing finals. That means tonight in the Women's Snowboard Big Air, we're starting with the world's greatest 8 snowboarders. Their top 4 scores, or sorry, 3 runs in the first top 8, and the top 4 is going to move over to the finals where they get 2 more runs. It resets back to 0, designed for suspense, for excitement. This is going to be awesome. Back to you guys.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs.
Not practice.
Not practice, playoffs. So it is cutthroat, as Jack said, gang. 3 in the playoffs and then just 2 runs in the finals, Haley.
Totally. I mean, there's so many ways you could go about this event. You could start it off and just leave it all out there, try your hardest trick, or you could sit back, watch the field, and maybe do something not as hard and save it for the finals.
A sellout crowd on hand here at X Games Aspen 2025. All 3-day nights have been sold out, so the fans have invaded Buttermilk, and they're ready for a show. So another beautiful look here at the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. And as Jack said, a whole new format. We kick things off with our playoffs, and our first rider to drop in, making her 9th X Games appearance, owner of 6 X Games medals, Lori Bluan.
Now, one note here, Lori Bluan didn't know she was actually going to be in the X Games till about 2 or 3 days ago, had to book a flight, so I think that has to be playing into her mind, but, you know, when the lights are on, you go for it. Like a frontside 1080 there, Haley.
Yep. Very well done. She just kind of over-rotated just a little bit. She got a really nice grab on it, I think. She'll look, that's kind of one of her easier tricks. I think she's going to try and work that up to something else.
Grabbing tail, backhand, right on the tail of her snowboard, aptly named, 3 full times around. Now, we talked about that 1440 off the top. That was a 1080, 3 full times around, 1440, 4 full times around, and we're thinking it's going to be in that 4 full times around to get on the podium.
A 43.66 for Lori, so the bar officially set here in the playoff of the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. Next to drop in, making her 7th X Games appearance. She won this event in her inaugural year in 2020, Miyabi Onitsuka.
Miyabi dropping in switch here.
Okay, cap
Massive.
1260. I think she's been looking for that one for a long time. I know she tried it a few years ago in Big Air here in Aspen, and it just wasn't quite working out for her.
She always struggled a little bit with the takeoff going too early. Here, however, not so much. Waited, patient, pop, and then rotate. That she does there. Puts down a heater cap 12. Start switch, lands regular. And look at that grab there, a little switch truck driver, Haley.
Yeah, she really got a good hold of that grab. It seems like a lot of girls are grabbing that, and it's just putting them this really great like wobble access, which makes it a lot safer than either triple corking or going for a flat spin.
An 87.66 for a huge score for Miyabi, who hasn't been on the X Games podium since 2022. Right now, though, she's just trying to earn a spot into that final. So next to drop in, making her 2nd X Games appearance, just missed a medal last year in 2024, Mari Fukada. Just 18 years old, Haley, and already I think many consider her a favorite to get on the podium.
Absolutely. I mean, she is definitely the dark horse of this contest, and if you didn't vote for her to win, then you lost out on a lot of money, because I can tell you she is going to pull up here.
We know she's got a backside 1440 triple. Does she go now?
It is.
Oh! Looking like a backside 14 attempt. I said triple. She kind of keeps a little more wobble axis as you talked about, but when you grab Japan front hand on the toe edge and really pull it back, kind of takes you out of that flippy rotation.
Right, it helps keep you a little bit flatter, and she just didn't have enough to go over the jump to get her onto her feet.
Remember, she went 5 for 5 and landed tricks last year in her inaugural X Games, Craig.
That's almost 100%.
That math isn't mathing. It was 100%.
I like to have fun out here.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, check this out. Reira Iwabuchi. Where were you when this happened?
I was here.
Haley's like, I was waiting to drop in next, as a matter of fact.
That was a cab triple underflip. Now let's see. Pardon me, that was a regular triple underflip. Reira's kind of moved away from that rotation.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, recently I've been seeing her spin more flat, and she's been opting, instead of going for that Weddle grab, she's been opting for the tail grab, and sometimes even double tail.
Left foot forward, natural way of riding, taking off that way.
There it is.
Oh.
Can you see the future, Haley?
Oh my gosh, I feel I was just transported. But oh my gosh, Layla attempting that front side 1440 double tail. Unreal.
You know, she had a really powerful quote coming into this X Games. She said, at every contest, you remember who won. At X Games, you remember who did something that had never been done before. Facts.
Wow.
I added the fact. She did not say
okay,
facts.
see that, yeah. End quotation, facts.
That would have been a mic drop.
But we talked about this format and how this field would play it, right? 3 runs.
Yeah.
You got to be in that top 4 to make the finals out of this playoff. It looks like everyone is going for their hammers.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a few ways you could go about it. As I said earlier, you could either wait and see how people are landing and what they aren't landing, and you can go from there. But it seems like these girls just want to leave it all out on the jump.
Anna Gasser, the most decorated woman in the history of this discipline.
Anna has been working so hard on this rotation. Switch truck driver, cab 900 right there.
Solid.
Just a walk in the park.
Yeah, she makes it look so easy, and it's good that she opted for the 9 just to get something on the board. Then she can kind of stagger herself and see how it does going into the next 2 runs.
100%. And when I say she's been working on this, she's been riding the airbag a lot. She used to be very flippy, similar to Reira Iwabuchi's triple underflips here. She wants to get that constant cork, and she had that on the 9. We also know she has that in a 1260 variety.
Owner of 3 gold medals in this event. Can she add to her collection? But again, right now we're just in the playoffs, trying to earn that spot in the finals. Only 4 from this field will move on. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott, owner of 9 X Games medals in just 7 appearances. This 23-year-old is as talented a snowboarder as you will find on planet Earth.
I mean, it's no secret that Zoe really excels at any form of snowboarding that she does, whether it's riding big airs like this, slope style, or backcountry. She excels.
You think backside 1440 right out of the gate?
I would have to say so. It seems to be the trend. Yep.
Yeah!
There we go.
She goes.
Yeah, Zoe.
Are you kidding me, Brandon Graham?
She flipped the switch on her first attempt here in the playoffs.
I mean, that was just perfect.
What I love about Zoe Sadowski-Synnott's riding is every take is clean, every grab is there, every rotation is exactly how you should do that. You're a young snowboarder at home, take notes.
It's all in the details, and that's what allows you to get tricks like this around.
Sorry for the claim you heard her say right there, but that's the emotion. It is cold, it's dark, it's scary, and when you land something like that, that's pure raw emotion.
We have entered the 90s, a 91 for Zoe, jumping up into first place. But here now, the 18-year-old Mia Brooks, who really exploded on the X Games stage just 2 winters ago, and a golden slopestyle last year makes her a favorite here in Big Air tonight.
Definitely. Mia has not missed the last 3 big airs she's attended, so let's see what she's got for us.
Boom. Can you land a cap 14 better than that, Haley?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It was perfect from takeoff to landing.
Folks at home, we are a little bit speechless. The last 2 tricks have been groundbreaking, right? That is one of the most perfectly executed flat cap 1440s you will ever see in your life. And this is just her first run.
I want to just ask a really dumb question. That's a hard thing to do, correct?
No dumb question. That's just ridiculously hard.
Okay, it looked extremely easy. I just want to make sure it's as difficult as I thought it was.
That's one of Mia's strong suits. She's got style that makes everything look so easy and effortless, and I think that's a good thing to try and idolize and bring to your own snowboarding.
You know what? I compare her riding a lot to Dusty Henriksen as well. They're doing the most ridiculously hard things, and they make it look so easy. Mia Brooks, cap 14. Wow.
And the riding elevated here at the end of run 1 in the playoffs of the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott with that 91. Judges really taking their time with this one, Krager.
Haley, would you put that ahead of the 91?
I would definitely put it up there. First of all, it's switched, and it's, there we go.
Haley calls it 92. And the judges know exactly what they're doing, right, Craig? A 92 just besting Zoe's 91. And then there was one, our final rider to drop in, our defending gold medalist, owner of 3 X Games golds. Let's take a look at what she did last year, gang.
Backside 1440 triple cork. That's the exact same trick that Zoe did in her first hit there. She put that with another one to earn gold, Haley. Does she do that again?
I would have to say so. I think for Kokomo, I would start at the 1440, just get something to the feet, and then build off of that. She can obviously, if she gets a high enough score with that 1440, she can just practice that 16 all the way into finals.
So here's Kokomo's first run.
Okay, just not getting that thing around. She was spinning a little slow in the middle. After the second dip, you can kind of tell she was getting a little closer to the knuckle, and that's when you know she's just not going to get it around.
I'm really interested to see her take off, right? She didn't panic in the air. We all knew she was spinning slow. A lot of people would have freaked out, but Kokomo, incredible air awareness, but just not the snap on the takeoff. Hey, Haley?
No, it doesn't seem like it. She may have just like slipped off the lip or something. In order to get a really good backside takeoff, takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really tough to get good snap off of the toes, and so, you know, maybe she just got like a rogue snow snake or something, but I know she'll be.
So if you're just joining us, a look at the storylines going down in Big Air this evening. You just saw Kokomo Marase, our defending gold medalist. She's got her work cut out for her with a couple of attempts still left to go in the playoffs. Obviously, Zoe Sadowski-Synnott back in the mix after an injury-riddled year last year. And Mia Brooks, one of the busiest snowboarders here at X Games Aspen. Can she claim gold here tonight? But it's run 2-time here, the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. Lori Bluhan sitting in 5th, just outside of that top 4 positioning that you need to get into the final.
Yeah, just not quite putting that to her feet, just kind of over-rotating a little bit. It kind of seemed like she was on the wrong axis there. She took off a lot more flippy than flat, which is what she would really want.
And Craig, we remember 2019, Lori's first year at X Games. I'm sure you do too, you were there, winning gold in this event.
I mean, she's had the tricks for quite a while, right? Working on that rotation. She's had that cab double under flip. So let's see if she can improve upon where she sits now with her 3rd and final run.
Snowboarding has come a long way. Wow. Yeah, that is the truth. Year to year, the progression just absolutely transformative. And it all starts here at X Games. So here's Miyabi, who's sitting in that 3rd place spot. What can she do here, Haley, to even jump up?
I mean, is she gonna try a 14?
You got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Not quite getting it around, just catching her heel edge and sliding down, but man, she can do it. These girls are so good at staying composed in the air, and that's another example of when you're in the air and you know you're not going to get it around, but staying tight and composed and falling in the best way possible.
Now, what you have to notice from her cap 1260, it's a little bit of a different wobble or cork for a 1440 right there, and I think she was stuck in the middle of that axis, so maybe change the takeoff a little bit for Miyabi in her 3rd and final run.
So that 3rd place spot is where she'll see, you can see up there on the leaderboard, Anna Gasser clinging to that 4th spot. That's the bubble spot that will get you into the finals. So still a couple of runs left for the rest of the field, including Mari Fukada, currently on the outside looking in. Can she get her first land right here, right now?
Backside 1440 Japan grab attempted in run 1. Does she go back to the well?
I would have to say so. I mean, at this point, we have 2 1440s. I know she'd want to throw her name in the ring, and I think the goal would be to qualify first in the final so you can watch what everyone else is doing.
Really good point. Oh.
Mari going down there, but I want to jump back to that format issue, and you talked about qualifying first. Yeah, with you making in that top 4, all the scores are erased, right? Everybody's starting from 0. There's 2 jumps. Best one counts. But if you qualify first, you drop last, and that is a huge advantage.
Massive.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you get to basically sit back and watch these girls try and best you. And so you get to make a game plan from there, and heck, you might not even need the 1440.
No, you're calling the offense at that point.
Exactly.
So here's Iwabuchi, a 4-time X Games Big Air medalist. She's currently sitting in 7th. Would love to land something here on her 2nd run. All right.
You can sign the check now.
Sign it now.
Yeah.
DocuSign's in your email.
I mean, that was unreal. We don't really see 1440s a lot from girls, and nonetheless with a double grab. This, especially as a double tail grab, this is insane how she's able to just bring it around and back to the toes.
2 things I love about this. You watch some double tail grabs, they're kind of grabbing tailfish. Not Iwabuchi. She's grabbing both hands on the tail, and then she just got in a car accident in the landing. I don't know how strong you have to be to ride away from that thing.
There was our react. So what a run from Iwabuchi. While we await on that score, let's bring in our fearless leader, Salema Masekela. Salema,
I'm just trying to comprehend how that was real life, because she made it look so casual, like it was a 9. But I was wondering, Haley, when it's this cold and this bulletproof, we've seen some of the riders having challenges getting that pop. Layla obviously did not. But does that contribute at all into getting that pop and spring for rotation when it's this cold and this bulletproof?
I don't think Haley heard you there, but I'm going to try and take a crack at it. little bit longer to warm up the engine. Your practice jumps go a couple more times, and you want to stay as warm as possible because just like any athlete, if you're cold, you're not going to be able to snap as violently as you'd hope to.
Yeah, definitely right. I mean, you get so many, the laps here are so quick, so you stay warm really well. Go. Yep.
Yeah.
They're just coming out of the sky, I swear.
Well, while Salema was losing his mind there, we have to pay off the fact that Iwabuchi taking the overall lead on that last run with a massive 94 on the dot. And then Anna Gasser right there jumping, which we think would be back into the top 4.
I would suppose so with that cab triple 1260. I mean, this thing is textbook. She has this so dialed now.
Patient on the takeoff, and there's that kind of not fully head over heels, but kind of constant cork throughout the rotation there. Switch truck driver. Looks like you're grabbing a steering wheel when you have that grab in your hands. Now, does that, I think you have to put that ahead of Miyabi's Cap 12, right?
I would say yes, because I think the room for error when you are doing that wobble is much higher.
Whoa, not only that,
Wow.
all the way up into second place, Anna Gasser. As we said, no one has more medals in this discipline in the history of X Games than Anna Gasser.
That's right. I still think she's looking for that X Games gold, though, here. So sad. My bad.
So Zoe Sadowski-Synnott, somehow, some way, gang, a 91 has her in the bubble spot. What?
Okay, so taking her foot off the pedal a little bit there, Haley.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like she maybe is just getting another warm-up. There is a little bit of time in between laps, so maybe she's just trying to keep it warm, but definitely not trying to go for that back 1440.
9 X Games medals for Zoe Sadowski-Synnott, 4 of them in this event. But again, the top 4 will move on to the final. We're just in a playoff, Gregor.
I want to take a quick moment to just talk about, the judges have kind of shown their hands, right? A flat 1440 from Iwabuchi, but that double tail grab, I think that's what gets her that 94, right? Separates her a little bit from the other 1440s.
Absolutely. I mean, I think just having style and going for a different grab will set you apart.
So here's Mia Brooks sitting in 3rd. Oh! Wow, nice save by Mia Brooks, but she just goes for it every time, Haley.
Absolutely. Just catching the toes on that one, but man, she's leading up for something big. I can tell. It was in that spin right there, and maybe she just didn't get the snap or go as big as she thought she was going to.
I also have to say, I think this format really helps Mia Brooks, right?
Yeah.
She has, you only have to land one jump, right? In previous years, it was 2 different directions of rotating, but Mia Brooks is so good at spinning cabs, she can just lean on that talent alone.
So ending our second runs here in the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air Playoffs is Kokomo Murase. Now again, it's a 3-run format, but I don't think we expected her to be in 7th at this point in the contest. Can she land a run here now? Oh, wow. And Kokomo going down again. Haley, what went wrong there?
I would have to say she just did not get the pop off the lip. I mean, you can tell right off the get-go when they're going to get it going, and she was just spinning it so slow, it almost looked like she was purposely going for a back 1080.
I kind of thought that as well, Haley. In jumps 1 and 2 now, her takeoff has not been there. Not what we're used to seeing from Kokomo.
We've got one more run to go in our Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. Kokomo Murase, our defending gold medalist, is on the outside looking in. Who is going to catch Iwabuchi, currently our top-ranked qualifier? We'll find out when we return after the break. Welcome back to X Games Aspen 2025. Who's not having a good time time out here tonight. I implore you to find them because they don't exist. A sellout crowd out here at Buttermilk, and it's an unreal environment as we bring you the third and final run of the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air Playoffs. With just one run to go, let's head over to Jack Mitrani for a vibe check.
A vibe check. The vibe is very high. The vibe is very cold. I can't feel my toes, but we did see Mia Brooks in her second run take an unexpected fall. I went up to her to make sure she was okay. She said she was totally fine. When I asked her what was different from the first run, she said that the speed had changed. It was much slower. She said she was dropping in from the same spot, but for some reason the speed was slower. Talked to Kokomo right after that. She also had the same feedback, and so hoping they can pick up from that feedback and go a little bit faster for these third and final runs.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Yeah, that's really a huge component of this as it just continues to get colder out here, Craig.
That explains, you know, Kokomo's takeoff. That explains Zoe's takeoff, just sticking to a backside 1080 instead of a triple cork 1440. That's something that I don't think we talk enough about, right, Haley? It's a major factor.
Definitely, the elements are absolutely in play here. I mean, when the temperatures start to drop, that snow starts to get really sticky, and that's what makes your snowboard feel a lot slower.
The top four will be moving on to the final. Lori Bluon right now in 6th place, just finding out she'd be in this contest a couple of days ago. And Lori, unfortunately, going down. Haley, you've competed in a lot of these contests. Craig and I were scratching our heads. The difference between 1st and 4th, just 3 points, and they're all in the 90s. This feels unprecedented.
Yeah, this is really something you do not see, especially in a big air. I mean, this is the most progressive women's event we've ever seen thus far. We have the top 3 doing 1440s, triple corks. I mean, Zoe Sadowski-Synnott with that backside 1440 sitting on the bubble. What do you got to do?
What do you got to do out here? Crack that top 4.
So Miyabi was leading this contest after run number 1, and now she's on the outside looking in. What can she do on this third and final run to knock on that top 4 door?
I think she's going to go for that cab 14 again. I mean, at this point, that's what she has to do.
Oh!
I love the coaching or technique or the switch up, whatever you want to call it. In her first 2 runs, she was going to that switch wettle, right? Here, she goes switch stale fish, a very different grab, which sometimes makes you spin on a different axis, and that probably would have got her to 14. Not the takeoff she was looking for, Haley, but I like that heads-up play.
Absolutely, yeah. That grab actually does a good job at slowing your rotation down.
So look at our comp format if you're just joining us. We've got 8 athletes currently in our playoffs, but it's really a play-in to get into the final. Immediately following this contest, 4 will move on, the top 4, as you see. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott is on the bubble right now. And then when they get to the finals, just 2 attempts each, and we count the best score. So we are really seeing a final going down right now, Craig, in the qualifying here in the playoff.
It's your classic B final to A final situation. It's just all finals.
So here is our current leader, Reira Iwabuchi, sitting in 1st place. Oh, excuse me, Miyabi Onitsuka. Oh, now Mari Fukada.
Yeah, she hasn't landed any of her runs yet. This is her final attempt. What do you think she's going to do? Is she going to bring out that back 14 again?
You got to go back to the well, but Jack's great reporting. You have to go straight here. She's come up short every single time, as much speed as she can possibly muster.
What?
No person in Buttermilk Aspen believed she was going to land that, including herself for a second, I think.
A live look at the athlete lounge. Are you not entertained? She's very mellow over there. Oh my.
Yeah, let's get a look at this.
We're hearing the fans out here in the corral shouting top 4. How can you not, Haley?
That was a perfect takeoff. It doesn't get better than that. And I kind of think her just squeaking around and catching that knuckle actually helped her stay composed and to her feet.
Watch this landing. On her heels. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very difficult to do, but I call that contest commitment. Maybe you don't think you're going to get around, but it's the X Games. I'm putting it base down no matter what happens.
Zoe Sadowski-Synnott has that 91 and an 86.33 for Mari, and she will not be moving on to the final, Craig.
It's got to be the landing. Hey, Haley, that's the only thing I see.
Absolutely. Zoe took it at least past the first line, and you know, we're talking about big air. You got to go big. You got to land in the sweet spot, and Mari just coming a little bit short.
So Zoe Sadowski-Synnott will still hold on to that 4th place spot, as now we move on to Iwabuchi, our current leader, and she's playing with house money at this point, Haley.
For sure, it'll be interesting to see what she does here. I don't think you could improve on that front 14 tail grab, but we'll see.
Yep.
Yep, just keeping it nice and mellow, keeping the legs warm, doing a nice frontside 360.
That's definitely the right move.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Iwabuchi will be moving on to the final. First place is where she will stay, but all eyes really on that 4th spot that Zoe Sadowski-Synnott is holding on to.
I tried it, but I was just too slow at the takeoff.
Anna Gasser sitting in 2nd. We'll see if she uses that same strategy that Iwabuchi does, as she's safe and will be moving on.
Yep, opting for that cab double 9 there. I think that's going to be the rate of play right now for these girls, just keeping the legs warm when they go into finals.
And you notice Iwabuchi and Anna Gasser, so they're big tricks. Anna's taking off switch. Iwabuchi takes off regular, kind of warming up that takeoff as well. Yeah, not the rotations that they're probably going to do in those final 2 jumps, but keeping that cab and regular takeoff warmed up.
Time to go.
Not yet.
So here's Zoe Sadowski-Synnott, who's sitting in that 4th spot. There's 1 rider left, and she'll be the last one to drop in, our defending gold medalist, Kokomo Murase, who can potentially eliminate Zoe. So mind games right now, Haley. What is Zoe thinking, knowing that Kokomo will be the last one to drop in?
If Kokomo's behind you, I think Zoe's definitely thinking she wants to up that 91 to something a little bit higher, if not up into that 2nd or 1st spot. And that'll do it.
Deeper. Okay, for a basketball reference, her first backside triple cork, that was a long 2. That was a deep 3 to me. Okay, that was from beyond the arc. She went very far down the landing, and Haley, as you mentioned, it's called big air for a reason. The further down the jump you go, that actually factors in a little bit to the scoring, right?
Yeah, that was Chef Curry, Haley.
Absolutely, yeah. Just getting that grab all the way around and landing it so much better than her first attempt.
Yeah, really good point. She kind of took the foot off the throttle on run 2, but run 3, she leaves no doubt about it. And we'll see if the judges agree. Can she give herself a little more breathing room?
If I were going to take a guess at it, I would definitely put that into the 2nd or 3rd spot. I mean, that was such a big improvement.
Wow,
and
so a slight improvement, 91.66, but not out of the bubble spot. So here's Mia Brooks, who will qualify. She's safe, sitting in 3rd. So we'll see how she plays it, knowing that she has earned a spot into the final.
And she will.
The calmest cab 10 you'll probably ever see.
I dream about those.
We all do.
Brando, Haley, did you think we'd be sitting here? Defending gold medalists sitting outside of that top 4?
Not me. Who'd have thought?
Not me.
No.
Well, this is what makes the X Games the X Games. We're in the playoff right now. We're talking about the defending gold medalist will be the final rider to drop in. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott is sitting in the bubble spot, a former gold medalist in this event with a 91.66, and there is a chance she will not move on to the final. How would that happen? Because of this young lady right here, right now, Kokomo Murase, trying to defend her gold. If she's gonna do it, she's gotta earn a spot into the final. She's sitting in last place. This is the final run of the playoffs.
Looks like she's preparing to spin that backside spin. We'll see what she gets out of this. Pumping for speed.
Oh!
Trying to go for that backside 1620 and just not getting it around. Ouch.
Really unbelievable, Craig. I think she was considered by many. I know she was the betting favorite to win gold out here, and she will not be moving on to the final.
I don't think there is a tougher snowboarder in the entire world than Kokomo Murase. Okay, on all 3 of her jumps, she didn't really have a great takeoff. She committed 100,000% to every one. And what happens when you do that? You take some slams. She did that there. I'm kind of speechless with this playoff, and I can't wait to see what happens in finals, Brando.
The playoffs officially in the books. We get ready now for the big show, the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air Final. It was cutthroat getting into this top 4. Craig, I feel like we watched a final in that playoffs. There were runs that would win gold medals at X Games previous years just to get into the final.
I think almost every single one of those tricks would have won a gold medal, right? 1440 double tail grab, triple 1440. Haley, we've talked about progression all night long, but it's one thing to talk about it, another to be about it.
Absolutely. I mean, we have just seen so many 1440s attempted and landed. This is the biggest big air event we've ever had for women's snowboarding.
Facts.
Well, as we get ready to get to the final, let's head over to Jack Matrani, who caught up with Zoe.
What's it like watching Kokomo drop right there?
Yeah, pretty nerve-wracking watching Kokomo drop, but yeah, hoping that she'd land, to be honest, because watching that was not that sick.
Yeah, it's never fun watching your friends fall like that, and you get to drop first in this finals. What's going through your head right now?
Honestly, I just want to try and do that again. It's the scariest trick I've ever done. I really hope Kokomo's all good. But yeah, let's see how it all goes down. There's 4 of us.
Well, we can't wait. We're rooting for you. Congratulations for making the finals.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott had to cling to that bubble spot for basically the last 2 runs in the playoffs. But here now, our starting lineup for the finals. Those 4 riders and Haley, just 2 runs each. And we'll find out who wins gold.
Absolutely, yeah, you thought that was cutthroat. This is gonna be the main event. I mean, look at this all-star lineup we have here. Anna Gasser, oldest one in the field, 33, 10 years older than the next in line, age-wise.
And we didn't really talk about her a ton off the top, and I think she heard us and said, actually, no, I am the most decorated.
Yeah.
I understand how you play this game, and qualifying in that 2nd spot, very impressive.
Yeah, as you said, partner, no one has more medals in the history of this contest than Anna Gasser. We'll see if that continues here tonight. A look at our comp format for the final. Just 4 riders, 2 attempts. Best trick counts. Scoring, of course, going back to 0. We're resetting from the playoffs. A brand new format for X Games Aspen 2025. And I gotta be honest with you, team, I like it. I mean, just to see that they had to go hammer town in the playoffs just to get here. We've already been treated to world-class snowboarding, and we haven't even started the final yet.
Yeah, truly. I mean, like I said, history being made here. This is the most progressive final we've ever seen. And, I mean, do you build on top, or do you just keep it consistent and do these tricks that you made it to finals with?
That was the question I was literally just going to ask you, because I mean, we watch a lot of snowboarding. These are the biggest tricks in women's snowboard big air that I've ever done. How do you improve upon that? I don't know how you do it.
Who's your pick to take gold? Scan the code or visit nextbets.com/playxg to see what sports books are available in your state, claim bonuses, and make your picks. Nextbets.com. So just a 4-woman final. 2 runs each. And we will wrap a gold medal around one of them at the end of it. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott. A big air silver medal in 2023. That was the last time we saw her, because if you're just joining us, a broken ankle sidelined her for all of last season. She's coming in, though, on a mission, Haley.
Absolutely, yeah. She is hungry. She is hungry to win, and she has always been that way. And I can imagine with that year-long pause, she's ready to pick up right where she left off.
So here's the first run in Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air Final.
It just keeps getting better and better. Every time she has attempted this, she's done it 3 times now. That was the best one of the bunch.
Absolutely. You heard her at the top there before she dropped in, probably talking to her coach. I'm not going to go too big, right? Right, the speed is slowed down a little bit, so she went straight, and she went absolutely yard on this backside triple 1440.
Got him! I'm going to take it easy. Nope, I only get 2 runs in this thing, and I'm going to make this better than I have all night long, giving the judges really something to think about here. Coming correct, a 92.66, her best score of the night.
That's got to feel good to put down in the first run for sure. Now she can kind of sit back and watch and level out what the other girls are going to be doing.
Wow, so setting the stage here in the final. We move on to the 18-year-old, the youngest rider in our field, Mia Brooks. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my good word.
Pick your jaws off the floor.
I'm speechless. That was absolute perfection.
Perfect.
Haley, walk us through that trick.
Perfect.
That was the cab 1440, a trick that Mia has been doing, but man, every time she does it, it just gets better and better, and it looks easier and almost sleepier every single time.
Mia saw Zoe, said, let's go band for band. We're going band for band out here tonight.
An 89.33 for Mia.
Now, it's interesting. Okay, in the playoff, if you will, Zoe did that back triple and Mia did that same trick, but the scores were a little bit different. Yep. I think the judges were looking at a little bit of execution on Mia's landing.
So, as we said, the most decorated rider in the history of this field, but currently tied with the all-time great Barrett Christie for most golds ever in this event. Oh! Aspen, stand up.
She's got that all day. I mean, she came here to play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cab 12. Switch truck driver. Off kilter 3 times. Spins around 3.5 times. Let's take a look at the switch takeoff.
A little more pre-spinny than I personally would have liked, but it almost kind of whipped her into this more of a flipped access rather than that wobble we were seeing her doing at the very beginning of the spin.
In the playoff, that was a much flatter rotation. That was the same trick she did here, a little bit early on the takeoff, and kind of goes back to that old habit of flipping a little bit more than spinning.
I'm excited to see how they score this, especially considering the takeoff and the different access in the air.
And you also have to look a little bit more risk when you're flipping a little bit more than staying flat.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a new leader. Anna Gasser takes over first place.
But Anna Gasser.
She gave us the shrug emoji, too, as soon as that score came through.
High score, is that good? Did I break it?
Taylor Swift face.
Wow. Anna Gasser with the 93.66, a point better Then second place, currently Zoe Sadowski-Synnott. So here's Iwabuchi, our top-ranked qualifier. What does she do on her first run here in the final?
I'm thinking she gears up for that frontside 1440 double tail. And it's all day.
You think right.
Wow.
Wow. You be thinking right, hey.
4 runs in, 4 heaters to start this final.
My mind is blown. I mean, to have these unveilings of all of these 1440s in contest here at X Games and to see them being put down consecutively by all of these girls is really quite a feat.
We talk about progression. These are the hardest tricks ever done by females in a big air event, right?
Yep.
You do it once. That's very impressive. How about go back to the well? How about do it again, even bigger, even better? That's what this field has done in runs 1 of 2.
You saw Salema in the host set getting that amazing reaction to it. So Anna Gasser, our current leader, with that ridiculous 93.66. Where do the judges put Iwabuchi?
I mean, she has to be happy landing that. That looks like the most complicated trick you could possibly do. And she makes it even harder with the double tail.
We're all winners here. Remember, in the playoffs, she got that same trick. That got her a 94, right? So it's got to be in that range. Maybe the land. Oh.
A 93, and is that what you just
I
took
was
the words right
just
out of
gonna
there?
say
The landing.
it just took the words right out of my mouth. The landing maybe a little sketchier than the first one.
I would have to agree. It just didn't look as bolts as the first one she did.
So we're halfway through our final here in the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air. The ladies 1 through 4 have all landed huge tricks. Anna Gasser, our current leader, Zoe Sadowski-Synnott sitting in that bronze medal spot with a 92.66. Haley, she's really stacked up the score. What can she do here now, though, knowing what's separating between she and Anna Gasser for first place?
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I thought she was doing it the best she possibly could. She was getting really great amplitude, had a really great takeoff, was holding the grab all the way through. I don't really know how much better you can do that unless they're expecting her to build on top of the 1440.
Wow. 4 for 4. 4 for 4 backside 1440 attempts from Zoe here tonight. Now, I want to do a little math right here, okay? A 91, a 91.66, a 92.66, right? There's only been incremental gains, right? So I think this is done the best of all of them, but I don't think you can put it a 95, a 96, right?
I would have to agree with you. It was really well done, and she took it even a little bit deeper than I think she did the first one.
So sick. So a 91.66. So Zoe Sadowski-Synnott will stay in that bronze medal spot.
But let's just take her hats off. She said that's the scariest trick she has ever done, and she does it 4 times in a row. Are you kidding me?
That's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to ultimately do it incrementally better each time, that just speaks to the talent of Zoe.
All fundies. Some of the best fundies in the game. Fundamentals.
Thank you.
Yeah, just
for the translation.
I'm a bit of a Reeves guy.
We're the big Reeves team.
Yeah.
Okay, Mia Brooks. Currently outside of podium position. Can she crash the party on her final run here in the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air? Put down that 89.33. You see Zoe with the 92.66. Can Mia jump up into the top 3?
Again, another caps 1440 from Mia. I'm not sure if that's going to put her up into that podium position. She did one in her first run of finals, and it was absolutely perfect. This one, I feel like the take-up was just a little, it was actually pretty okay, but I mean, I just don't know if it can get any better than that. I'm not sure if they're going to reward her.
I mean, holds the grab almost to the last 360 of a 1440, which is really saying something. But I totally agree with you, Haley, right? She's done it now twice, almost perfect, and a little better.
So she bests her score, but she will not be getting into the top 3. So we know who's earning medals, but we don't quite know who will be gold. Anna Gasser, our current leader. What does she do? This is what we saw from run number 1. So she's our current leader, but she knows that Iwabuchi, Haley, will be the last rider to drop in following her. So some real strategies gotta be going through her head right here on her final attempt.
Absolutely. Brayra is sitting in that spot where she can really decide if she wants to improve on that 93 or not. So for Anna, I think you kind of just have to leave it all out there on the table.
Does she go cap 14?
She'll do it again.
Cap 12.
Yep.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Brando.
Yeah, now she's saying, I'm in first place. You need to come up and catch me. I can't say I disagree with it, so she'll have to sit and wait. But we take another look. Just a textbook evening from Anna Gasser, from the playoffs to the final.
Seriously, this is the best I've seen her ride in a long time. I mean,
That's
she
saying
really
something.
struggled last year and was able to get third, but did take a digger, and she's been riding so good, has been landing and making it look really easy too.
Remember, history on the line. She's in an all-time gold medal tie in this event with the great Barrett Christie. A 4th gold medal would break that. But she cannot claim it quite yet because there is one rider left to drop in for the final run of the evening. She was our top-ranked qualifier from the playoffs. Reira Iwabuchi. Less than a point separating gold and silver right now. Reira, go girl. Hashtag X Games Aspen.
She has the trick. It's all about execution. How well can she do this?
Well, we saw it in the playoffs, and she qualified on that #1 spot, so let's see if she can do it here.
And Reira Iwabuchi goes down, which means Anna Gasser will earn her 4th career Big Air gold medal. And our podium is set. Zoe Sadowski-Synnott wins bronze, Iwabuchi with the silver, and Anna Gasser wins gold. Let's head down to Jack Matrani.
Congratulations, Anna Gasser. Almost looking like you're in disbelief right now. What's going through your mind?
I am in disbelief. The girls rode so sick, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it, and that I can't believe I get the gold. Like, it's, I don't know.
You earned it. We're so proud of you. At age 33, what continues to motivate you to stay on top?
I just love snowboarding. It's so cool. I'm so inspired by the new generation and all the Japanese girls, Zoe, Mia. I'm just so happy to be part of the girls and still riding with them.
Well, congratulations, Anna Gasser. You inspire us all.
So after earning bronze last year, she gets back to the top spot, her first X Games gold since she won in 2020 back in Norway, Craig.
Been a minute, but shout out to Bear Christie, Anna Gasser now, the all-time Big Air gold medalist.
And such an illustrious career, and you nailed it, Haley. As you said this is the best you've been seeing her riding in a long time, which is really scary when you think about the youth movement, the progression, all of the Japanese talent, and when the dust settled, the oldest competitor in the field, the most decorated rider in the field, and perhaps the most progressive Big Air women's contest we've ever seen reigns supreme.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. I mean, I think the advantage for Anna is just the experience of being at these events, and especially in Big Air. She rules these events.
Wow, what performances. here in the Pacifico Women's Snowboard Big Air, a cutthroat final. But when it was all said and done, Anna Gasser winning gold out here tonight.